So a few years ago I watched the anime Hinomaru Sumo, and when I did I was like, damn, this is a really good series, and I decided that I was going to read the manga. Now, I didn't read the manga, at least not until recently, and I must say, the manga for Hinomaru Sumo is amazing. The art looks godly, the fights especially, the characters are all really well written, and the story is phenomenal overall. This manga was a great read, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody who hasn't read it, because it is amazing. Now, that's it for the non-spoiler stuff, so if you haven't read it, then please do so, and come back to this video afterwards to continue the review. Hinomaru Sumo starts off with high school first year Hinomaru going to some unknown high school called Odachi High School. There, he meets Ozeki, captain, and the only member of the Dachi High School Sumo Club, and Hinomaru is just looking for a place where he can practice to enter the individual competition and become high school Yokozuna. But very quickly after meeting Ozeki, he meets Yuma, a delinquent who has taken over the dojo, and of course Hinomaru picks a fight with Yuma, but that fight doesn't happen immediately. First, the reason Hinomaru turns a new leaf towards Ozeki because Ozeki had created his own ring outside of the dojo to practice, and Hinomaru, knowing just how difficult that is and just how much Ozeki must love sumo in order to do that, Hinomaru then takes the dojo from Yuma and tells Ozeki that they're going to aim to be the best in high school sumo, and in just a few chapters are amazing for a lot of reasons. Firstly, it introduces us to two of probably the most important members of the Dachi High School Sumo Club besides Hinomaru himself, but it also sets up exactly what the first half of the story is all about. And yes, you heard that right, the first half takes place in high school, the rest of the story will be adults, and I will get to that later. The biggest thing that I was surprised about was that the manga wasn't the manga itself, but it's the fact that the anime managed to cover 154 chapters in just 24 episodes and do it in a way as to not ruin the overall pacing of the story, and that truly surprised me because the anime itself was absolutely amazing, and when I started to read the manga I was like, oh, it's going to be a good refresher for what happened in the anime before getting to new stuff, but I didn't expect it to be more than half of the chapters, but seriously, that is pretty damn amazing. Honestly, the second half of the story caught me off guard a lot. Like, I knew it was going to go into adulthood and the professional sumo scene, but a lot of the events that happened in the second half caught me off guard. First thing first is Hinomaru's injury in that tournament that took him out of the game for 3 years, but that injury helped to develop not only his character but also Reina, who also caught me off guard a little bit in the second half. Like, I knew she liked him and I knew that they were going to get together in the end, but the way that all that stuff happened was great. The romance elements between the two is awesome, seeing Reina caring for her boy and pushing him to move forward and being there to support him every step of the way, but not without struggle. She had a lot of struggles of her own to deal with that we got to see that didn't always involve sumo. My favorite moments from the second half of the story are the Yokozuna. That dude was so damn cool, and the fact that him and his wife are intertwined with Reina and Hinomaru's romance was so cool to me because the Yokozuna also helped Hinomaru in the ring by stopping Hinomaru from literally killing himself and making the people around him, especially Reina, worried. And that first fight that they had was so damn awesome because it went to show us just how far Hinomaru still has to go to reach his goal of one day becoming the Yokozuna, and that is just insane. The characters in Hinomaru Sumo are all fantastic characters and really well written characters. The characters all grow and change throughout the series and don't stagnate in their growth. The biggest thing I love about the characters is they all feel like real people reaching for their goals and that they feel like real friends and rivals, and that is what makes the series and its characters so good. Plus, the romance elements between some of the characters is amazing as well, overall making the characters feel really great and awesome. Reina is one of the characters that when she was first introduced you will probably hate her. She's annoying, hates on her boy for no reason, and doesn't seem to respect all the hard work that her own brother is putting into sumo, but then as we get to know her character, she really starts to grow on you, and especially after the time skip with all the romance stuff, post time skip Reina is badass and is someone who is willing to do anything for the one she loves. Getting to see an annoying brat of a girl grow into a really strong woman is awesome. Her character after the time skip is amazing, and even beforehand she starts to get a lot better as well, and overall she's probably the best character in the manga for a lot of reasons. The art in this manga is actually god tier. The sumo fights in this manga all look so damn amazing. Like, the fights in the anime were awesome, they really were, but when you compare them to the manga it just doesn't even compare. The fights in the manga all look so damn amazing, and the paneling in this manga is also amazing. They know exactly how to switch between fights and character expressions, and it just makes everything flow together extremely well. And I haven't talked about the character designs yet, but like, damn, are they really good. Almost every character in this manga looks fucking amazing. They all have amazing designs, and when it comes to their fighting aura, the way it's drawn can be either super terrifying like it is with the Yokozuna, or really calming like it is with that one time with Hinomaru. And honestly, that is the one thing that I love about the art in this manga, because like, it is seriously really good. Hinomaru Sumo is an amazing manga about a sport that you don't really get to see outside of Japan for a lot of reasons, and because of that, it was cool to learn a lot about a sport, but also to see this sport in action. And the way that Hinomaru Sumo portrays sumo Sumo is actually awesome. I've mentioned this before, but an anime or manga that can get you to fall in love with a sport that you'd never previously cared for is a success in my book, because they were able to portray the sport in a way that even people who don't normally care about the sport would, and characters in this manga are all super well written. Honestly, this manga is a great read, and if you haven't checked it out yet, then you definitely should, because I guarantee you will enjoy it.